Hello, good morning, good day, good evening, and good night, depending on when you're watching this. We're going to do a pick a card reading today, discussing what you need to know. And this could be pertaining to a particular situation that is coming towards an end that you're currently in right now. It could be a situation that's coming up in the near future, whatever. Take it as it resonates, as is the case with every pick a card reading. However, this is my first pick a card reading on YouTube, so I am particularly excited to get that ball rolling. That being said, if you are finding this video or if it has been sent to you, however this video came into your life, this message is meant for you today. And do with it what you will, take what resonates. Also, I will say that this is a timeless reading, so feel free to come back at any point in the future to see if a different pile resonates with you more, or a different stone, or if the same messages resonate with you in a different way. In addition to these 4 tarot decks that I have, we will be looking at 3 different oracle decks that I've already drawn for. We'll get into that later. And I'll be closing out each reading with some channeled messages from your spirit guides, the universe, your higher self, your subconscious, whatever party you subscribe to in the realm of tarot and how it works for you. That is where those channeled messages are coming from. In addition, for the channel messages, I just want to put a little disclaimer here at the beginning. I'll be using the Rebel deck. You can buy it on Amazon, but it does feature some foul language, so if that's something you're not into, then please excuse that. When I mention that I'm about to pull the channeled messages, you can feel free to stop watching or go to the next pile that resonated with you, whatever the case may be. But let's get into the piles. So the first pile, represented by the Tiger's Eye stone, it's a very pretty stone, is going to be the Edgar Allan Poe tarot. Pile 2, represented by the orange Carnelian, the Carnelian heart, also very pretty, is going to be the Nightmare Before Christmas tarot. Pile 3, represented by the Labradorite stone, look how pretty that blue is coming off, is going to be with the Wayward Dark tarot. And finally, pile 4, represented with the a rough Moonstone crystal, is the Ritual Abuse tarot. Now, I will say the first 2 piles tend to be a bit more childlike. They're themed like that. The final 2 tend to be a bit more heavy-hitting. They have more evocative imagery, so if that's something that you're sensitive to, you may want to gravitate more toward one of the other 2 piles. But feel free to pause the video, take a second to look back over the stones and the artworks on the cards, or use some other method to identify which pile you believe is right for you. And I will see you in your reading. Hey, group 1. So if you chose the Tiger's Eye crystal and the Edgar Allan Poe tarot, this reading will be for you. Let me just go ahead, shuffle. Again, I will reiterate that this is a timeless reading. Feel free to come back whenever. If something's not resonating right now, maybe it'll resonate a little bit later. And yeah, let's just have fun with it. Let's keep an open mind, and we'll see what the cards have in store. As with all sorts of general readings, there's probably not going to be anything too specific in the cards today, but I will be sure to let you know if I pick up on anything specific or possibly specific. So definitely only take what resonates and leave the rest in the video. Group 1 need to know right now, Spirit? What does Group 1 need to know right now? What does Group 1 need to know right now? We have the Five of Pentacles. What's group one need to know right now? Death. What does group one need to know right now, Spirit? The Ten of Pentacles. The Seven of Wands in the reverse. Back of the deck energy is the Ten of Wands. So as it stands right now, I do see definitely a transformation, the only major arcana here being death. But it's interesting that on either side of her, it's a picture, it's not like it's a painting. It's not the actual person. But on either side of death, we have the Five of Pentacles, which usually represents being in need and charity. And the Ten of Pentacles, which is material bounty. So I see a sort of rags to riches sort of glow up here. I'm really liking that for you, Pile One. Flavoring that, we have the Seven of Wands in the reverse, which is going to be a sort of a conflict that is not going our way. Some sort of struggle that we can win. We can definitely win it. That's why it's in the Suit of Wands. But it is definitely not going our way. Something about it is just not right now. And then follow that up with the Ten of Wands, which is all about burden, taking on more than you can chew. As we see, if you're familiar with Edgar Allan Poe's work at all, this is from the story, The Oblong Box, where a man has his wife's corpse in the box and he jumps from the ship to save her and drowns. So there is the feeling that we're taking on too much, and it's probably because we're taking on way too much responsibility, saying yes to too many things, whatever the case may be, that is why we're having so much struggle in our current predicament in trying to achieve this glow up. Now, another thing to mention with the Pentacle suit in general, it's not just about material wealth, although very clearly it can be. I don't know how clearly that is, but all of these bugs are from the gold bug story, so they're made of gold. But the pentacles do typically represent some sort of material wealth, but they can also represent a spiritual wealth. We could have been very recently at a spiritual low and just feeling really down about ourselves, and something is happening now where this transformation, this death of the old, is ushering in a new era. And whether that's material stability and making a legacy for ourselves, or that's spiritual stability and spiritual growth and spiritual abundance, either way, love this part. And I feel like the last two cards here are a lot more about kind of like what you need to do to embrace this final little bit of the transition. Or if you're stuck in the Five of Pentacles, what you definitely need to do in order to initiate that change, to step into the realm of that death of the old. And that is definitely learning to say no sometimes. Recognize when your plate is full and let it be full. Work on what's on the plate before you add anything else to it. See if there's anything else we got going. We have 5, 13, 10, 7, and 10. We got a few 10s here. I'll also say there's a lot of earth and fire energy, being the Pentacles and the Wands. There's a little bit of Scorpio energy here, so we could have some Scorpio placements. But I'm mostly feeling earth, so that's Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. A little bit of fire as well, since they're all around here. So that's Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Particularly in the later stages, the Seven of Wands is linked to Leo, Ten of Wands is linked to Sagittarius. Um, and then there's not a lot of cardinal energy here. I'm not seeing any cardinal energy outright. It could be hidden in these minors, but like I said, Seven of Wands is more of a Leo card. 10 of Wands is more of a Sagittarius card. 10 of Pentacles is definitely a Virgo card. And the Five of Pentacles is very much a Taurus card. And then Death, even the only sign to be outright shown to us here is Scorpio, which is a fixed water sign. So we have mutables, we have fixed, but we have no cardinals. So I wouldn't be too surprised if you didn't have any real cardinal placements, maybe like a planet or two. But yeah, either way, if you felt resonated to this pile, I'm proud of this for you. The only thing to watch out is that, particularly as we transition into the Ten of Pentacles, this energy is probably going to come back. This wanting to take on a lot, wanting to build that legacy and leave something behind. So you're going to want to do more. But remember, it's not about quantity, it's about quality. You can do a fantastic job at like 2 or 3 things, but as soon as you pack on your plate more than about 10, you're looking at crap jobs on everything. And so nothing's going to be good enough to be remembered. That's not entirely true, but you get my point. What else do we have? We also have, in the sense of a rags to riches, that's what first rang true. If we want to dive a bit deeper into the spiritual side of things, with the Five of Pentacles representing a spiritual low, and then some sort of transformation, something ending and something else beginning that gets us to the 10 of Pentacles. Obviously, we are still flavored by this heavy burden that we're doing to ourselves that's making this struggle not go in our favor right now. So we need to release. We need to focus on purging what doesn't serve us and stop taking on things just for the sake of taking them on. I feel like that's the entire point of this. You have this glow up coming, whatever form it takes. There is definitely a glow up coming, but you must stop weighing yourself down. And that's just it. Stop weighing yourself down. So now let's look at some oracles. I will put links to all the decks in the description. So the first animal spirit that I want to look at, this could be energies that you need to represent, that your spirit guides represent, that, just any sort of animalistic energy that is being embodied, should be embodied, anything like that in your life, particularly at this time, talking about this transition. And we have the raccoon. The raccoon is very artsy and likes to be in the shadows. I do feel like this is a lot of the Five of Pentacles. Maybe this journey in its entirety is more in the shadows. You don't want to involve too many people with this. Back of the deck energy was the turtle. Again, a lot of themes of privacy and withdrawing. So you could, with the Scorpio up here, the water placements are kicking back in, where the turtle needs to retreat into himself to regain emotional stability. However, the raccoon is very artsy and wants to show off, but usually isn't too sure of his skill set. So there could be a flavor of that. Maybe that is what's holding us back. The need to keep our creativity and our creative impulses to ourselves, but we need to share that. Let go. Don't keep everything for yourself. It's okay to delegate, even if that's sharing your art with the world. Our next one is the cardinal moon. It's talking about not having any cardinal cards, and here we are, the cardinal moon. Be bold and make the first move. There is definitely a theme of keeping something to yourself here. And the cardinal moon says, go, do it. Even if it doesn't work, you will have tried. And that's the important thing. And Saturn is our final oracle card. Saturn is the planet of restriction, of fear, of anxiety, of lessons, of hard work. It rules over, we didn't have a lot of Capricorn energy, but we do have some Earth energy, so I'm going to include it. It rules over the sign of Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn with some Scorpio flavoring that a little bit. But definitely, this is a self-imposed restriction, and I'm also getting the sense that a Saturn return could be coming near. So if you're between 25 and 29, you may want to look up and see when your Saturn return is if you don't know offhand. Because I do have that sense of once Saturn comes back home for where it was when you were born, there will be this liberation. Saturn will set you free. You will have learned the lesson and go. I like all of this for you. Pile 1, this is beautiful. This is a beautiful, beautiful reading. So let's see if we can get a few channeled messages for you. Spirit, what does pile 1 need to know right now? What messages do you have for pile 1 right now? Oh, that might be too many. That sounded like a lot. Okay, I was planning on drawing 3, so we'll take 4. So first, you got a feeling you just can't shake. That little voice inside you, listen to that shit. So you may be experiencing a voice inside of you that is saying, hey, we need to share this. Hey, we need to do this. I'm thinking of, I believe her name is Navi from Legend of Zelda. Hey, listen. Hey, listen. You need to listen to her. She knows what she's talking about. Eat your fucking vegetables. Eat some shit made by Mother Nature. We need to nourish ourselves. This is not a literal card. This, at least not to me right now. This isn't speaking about literally eating your vegetables. It's about nourishing your soul and letting loose what you have to share with the world. And then follow that up with fuck fear. It will lie to your face. We have probably been lying to ourselves courtesy of Saturn's influence here and being unsure of our potential and wanting to hide and feeling like we need something else, but we're just taking on too much and we can't move. Fear will lie to you. You need to let it go. Embrace something new. Embrace this new chapter because apparently it's coming either way. It's just whether you want to welcome it or not. Don't talk to anyone. Don't look at anyone. You need some fucking alone time and you know why. I feel like that's a little bit ironic considering we are talking about getting out there. Maybe for the time being, we need to refine. We need to work on how we think about ourselves, pile 1, before we can go out and make that first move. And finally listen to that little voice that's inside of us. We need to do a quick introspective recap of how we talk to ourselves, how we see ourselves, and we need to fix that shit. Because this is all positive. I'm not seeing a single negative thing here. We just have to learn how to channel it better. But yeah, that was the first one. I hope all of that resonated. Of course, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And yeah, pile 1, I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 2. If you picked the Carnelian Heart and the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, this is your reading. So we're going to pull just a few cards, see what the situation's looking like, what the universe, your spirit guides, your deity, your higher self, your subconscious, whatever, wants you to know about it. And then we will also pull a few oracle cards that I've already pulled, and we will close out with the channeled messages. I do want to reiterate that this is a timeless reading, so feel free to come back whenever you feel to see if a different message resonates with you or if the same message resonates differently for you. In addition, do, as always, in these general readings, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, because these are very general. Not all the messages will resonate with everybody. But I will be sure to let you know if I pick up on anything hyper-specific. So Group 2 Spirit, what does Group 2 need to know right now? What does Group 2 need to know right now? We have the Ace of Swords. The King of Cups in reverse. What does Group 2 need to know right now, Spirit? Okay. The Ace of Cups, Justice, and back of the deck energy is the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse, and behind him, the Devil in reverse. Interesting, interesting, interesting. We have 3 aces, one of which is inverted. It's certainly a new beginning. The Ace of Needles indicates a period of mental clarity, something coming to the forefront and clearing the way. We can see clearly now. The rain has gone. The King of Potions in the reverse, or the King of Cups, is not terribly emotionally balanced. Instead of being the nurturing king that he usually is, he is unbalanced, and he does not, he's not balancing his passions, his desires, his will, and his emotions very well. We may come back to that. The Ace of Cups is a new chapter in terms of spirituality, emotionality, connecting with people, connecting with yourself. It's very nice to see those 2 aces together, the mental clarity as well as the spiritual and emotional clarity. Justice can indicate a lot of things. It is about balance. It is about striking that chord and being all in order according to the universe and the cosmos. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse generally speaks of a missed opportunity, some sort of regret, or mostly a missed opportunity. Excuse me. I believe that I'm getting the certain message that there are like 2 distinct messages here. So I have some sort of new beginning, right? There are 3 out of the 4 aces in this reading. So there's definitely a new chapter coming, but something kept the deck from giving me the Fool rather than the 4 aces. There is something holding us back. I noticed that the Ace of Wands, or for this card, or for this deck, it's Candles, is not present. We are missing the piece that will drive us to do it, to go for it. And so because of that, we may end up missing the opportunity. And that is not to say that that's entirely a bad thing, as long as we balance it out. Some opportunities are not worth taking, so take that as it resonates. But I am very interested to see, I want to know how Justice and the King are interacting. So striking the balance back between the emotions and the drive. The emotions are here. They are definitely here. There is something new about them, but they are quenching our drive. The Ace of Candles is not here. Or maybe we don't feel like going for it. This is the other one, the other situation that I'm hearing. We don't feel like going for it because the Ace of Wands or Candles isn't here, because we fear that we'll mess it up somehow. Because we don't have a balanced outlook maybe we're tainted against ourselves. So despite having a mental clarity and a new emotional sort of clarity, we are still tainted a little bit by some sort of past experience. Yeah. What else we got? We got 1, 1, 1, and 11. Lots of ones. The king doesn't necessarily have a number associated with it, at least not printed on the card. But we do have a lot of ones. Lots of ones. And I see earth, I see water, I see air, and another air. We could, justice is Libra, so we could be a Libra or have prominent placements in there. The air over here is Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. The water here is Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. The earth here, not very balanced though, is Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. I'm definitely getting the sense that regret is a theme here. It's just whether we regret it because we already missed it, or we will regret it because we didn't take the opportunity, because we are choosing not to take the opportunity for one reason or another. Now let's look at some oracle cards here to get maybe a bit more clarity on the situation. We have the crocodile, who is all about conserving energy and waiting for the what? Opportunity. Can't make this shit up. It's followed by the mouse, who is very timid and very scared. So yes, I am definitely seeing it seems almost reinforced, whereas we may feel like we stored our energy for too long of a time and so missed the opportunity, or we are too scared and timid to take the opportunity, so we will end up regretting that we missed the opportunity. Disseminating moon, time to breathe out. Take a breath. Just in through the nose, out through the mouth. Deep, deep breaths, and repeat that ad nauseum until something comes to you. Not physically, but some sort of thought, some sort of clarity, some sort of breakthrough that can give you just a little bit more of a spark. And then we have Venus, who is the ruler of Libra. Wow. Venus is all about harmony, balance, fertility, nature. Getting back into tune with things. I see 16 here. 16 reduces to 7. Don't know if that's important for anybody or if 16 is important for you. That's also there. I am just amazed at how many ones came out on top, to be honest. But there is a harmony, justice, balance, harmony. Venus is also concerned with aesthetics, and so maybe this decision would make us look bad to other people, or we are just concerned about how other people would see us. There's definitely something overarching here, like give yourself some space, some time to breathe, and don't miss the opportunity. And if you have already missed the opportunity, bide your time and energy for the next one, because the aces are almost all here. They are helping. They are saying, yes, something big is coming. You just need to be ready. All right. Let's get some channel messages. I already had one pop out on me. I'll be sure to grab that before I start here. What does group 2 need to know, Spirit? What messages do you have for group 2 right now? What messages do you have for group 2 right now? All right, the one that fell on the floor. Believe what you see. Face reality or live in fucking la la land. Choose bravely. Kind of the theme here. You can either embrace what reality is, which is that we are either about to or we have just missed an opportunity, and we need to either take action if we're about to miss it, or recover and get ready for the next bout if we've already missed it. Basically, choose your reality. Reality can't be La La Land, but you can have elements of your La La Land in reality. We're going through some shit. Everyone has their turn. Welcome to yours. Gather your tired ass up and handle it. I do like that a lot. Yeah, so we're probably feeling a little bit downtrodden on ourselves, and regrettably, we fucked up. We made a decision that lent us a bad hand. But own that shit. Get up. Handle it. Do what you gotta do. And drop the fucking ego. Vulnerability is hot as fuck. Here we go with the king of potions mainly, as well as maybe a little bit the crocodile. The ego, the want, the I am, I need, I have. And it's getting old. I think some of your guides, if you're into that, are tired of hearing about it. So let it go. Open up to people. Because maybe that's the opportunity you missed, was a relationship opportunity. Who knows? And finally, get over yourself. Pull your shit together. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. This also kind of goes with the ego. Let yourself go. Let go of a missed opportunity. Make new opportunities for yourself. And the best way to do that is to give back. Because people are more likely to give back to you if you are giving to them. But as always, take that how it resonated. I hope it did resonate. And group 2, I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hi, group 3. If you chose the Wayward Dark Tarot on the Labradorite stone, again, look how pretty that is. I hope we can see it throughout the whole thing. This is going to be your reading. Before I get started, I do want to reiterate that this is a timeless reading. Feel free to come back anytime to see if a different messages wants to hit you or if the same messages hit you differently. Also, take things as they resonate. This is a very general reading. Of course, I only had 4 piles. So some things may not resonate with you. And if they don't take them now. However, I do believe that if this video found you, you are meant to hear this, so it just may not resonate quite yet. All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna pull a few cards from the tarot deck, and then we'll look at some oracle cards I've already pulled to get some clarification on the situation. I would also like to say that if you chose the Labradorite stone, you could possibly have Cancer placements or be a Cancer. I am a Sun Cancer, and I have more than a few Cancer placements. I'm actually wearing a Labradorite necklace as we speak. So there is that. Also, I would like to point out that this is the first of the 2 darker decks that I'll be using today. So if you're sensitive to evocative imagery, I would maybe try to pick another pile. But this is the deck I use when I need to hear it like it is and how I need to deal with a situation. So that being said, let us go. What does pile 3 need to know right now, Spirit? What does pile 3 need to know right now? Pile 3 need to... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, you had a whole collection pop out. Trying not to bend them as I pick them up. I'm not going to take all of them, but I will run through them real quickly. We had the 2 of Wands in the reverse, the Devil in the reverse, the 7 of Wands right side up, the Knight of Air or King of Swords in the reverse, Adjustment or Justice, and the Emperor. So lots of fire energy, a little bit of air energy. Period of liberation is what I see there, a plan that didn't go according to plan. Recognition for work. You also have a need for balance and domain. Those could be flavoring influences is how we'll say that. But what messages do you have for pile 3 today, Spirit? The Empress. What messages do you have for pile 3 today? The talkative pile, I see. We have the 4 of Wands and the Prince or Knight of Earth. What messages do you have for pile 3 today? All right. The 3 of Air, or 3 of Swords. Back of the deck is the 7 of Cups. Debauch. Right behind that is the Tower. Oh, okay. So we have the Empress talking about fertility, being one with nature, love and harmony, representing Venus. We have the Lord of Completion, the 4 of Wands, talking about a plan that we are executing, and it seems to be going pretty well. The Prince of Earth is very materialistic and logical. However, he will tend to lack emotional and spiritual awareness, particularly in the reverse. The Lord of Sorrow, just as it indicates, is not positive. In the reverse, it does tend to speak of... It can speak of one of two things, where either... so in the upright, it usually talks about heartbreak and sorrow and sadness and depression. In the reverse, it can talk of one of two things. Either we are healing or we are leaning. So whichever one you're doing, are you healing from the trauma or are you leaning into the trauma? Either way, we are also flavored by the Lord of Debauch, or the 7 of Cups in the reverse. The Lord of Debauch speaks of self-hatred and self-sabotage and self-harm, and over a long, long period of time. It doesn't have to be physical. Words hurt just as bad. Excuse me. I need to get a drink of my tea. For those of you wondering, I am drinking Earl Grey tea, and yes, it is 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Don't judge me. I see... It's interesting that the first 2 cards are upright, the last 3 are all reverse, and it starts with the Prince. The Prince could be a signifier for someone in the situation or for you, depends on how you resonate with the imagery and the person and the traits. But I definitely see the Empress and the Lord of Completion coming together to sort of indicate that a plan is going as we intended. We were supposed to be getting everything that we wanted, but then something happened and we lost sight of the spiritual, of the emotional. We couldn't embrace anything but cold, hard logic and materialism, and what that led to is some sort of heartbreak, which is interesting considering that we felt so out of touch with our emotions. Maybe they're more blending, where a heartbreak is what caused that. But it's up to us. This card can be read one of two ways. Either we're healing or we're leaning. With the Debauch here, I feel like we're leaning when we should be healing, because Debauch speaks of self-harm, self-sabotage. We did this to ourselves and we continue to do this to ourselves. We are not properly giving the area in which this plan failed the correct amount of attention and time and care and love, and it is showing. It's maybe even starting to bleed into other areas. We need to take time to heal ourselves. But let's get into the oracles. We have the Nightingale, communication, and the Bear, a rebirth, a new chapter. The Nightingale is actually toward the end of the Animal Spirit deck, whereas the Bear is the first card. I like that. Something ending, something getting ready to end, and something new beginning. The Nightingale is intelligent and communicative. I always think about how they sing, and they're just innate beauty. Empress, Venus, beauty. And then with the bear here, the bear, you may or may not associate it with like a young energy, but this card is drawn at the time when the bear first emerges out of the cave post hibernation. So there is something waking up. There is a new chapter that's coming. And I do like that. We just need to heal. We just need to heal. Let's see what else we're doing. Work through your fears. Yes, 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 yes. We are scared of repeating this cycle, even though we're doing it to ourselves. So we need to work through that. We need to explore that, and we need to uncover that. This whole pile right now is screaming therapy to me, not in a bad way. Some trauma, some pain is just too great for us to deal with on our own. And so we need help. So if you can, and I realize that some parts of the world, therapy, especially psychological therapy, is very expensive or otherwise unobtainable. But do what you can and get that help, because we were doing so well and then something happened. I have Mercury, more communication, more intellect, speed, quickness. I like all of this. Let's see what kind of numbers we got. We got 3, 4, 3, 7, 15, or 6. Lots of threes. Threes could be important, repeating threes particularly. And then we have 4, 7, and 1, 5, and 6. So the big thing I'm getting is threes. So if threes are important to you, that could be telling you you're on the right path, or you're about to be able to make a decision on your path. I like all of this, but this is the first pile that's like giving me a real direction. Seek help. Talk it out. Talk it out. And if you feel like you don't need that, at least give yourself the actual time, energy, focus, and resources to work through what has happened. Whatever it's been, work through it. Work through it. As if that wasn't strong enough of a message, I'm also going to see if, not if, because I'm definitely pulling cards, but I'll see what the universe, your spirit guides, your deities, your higher self, your subconscious wants you to know by pulling from this. What messages do you have for pile 3 right now, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile 3 right now? I like that that one came out first. What messages do you have for pile 3 right now, Spirit? What messages do you have for pile... Okay. So let's just see what happens. I mean, this pile has been very talkative anyway. So let's just see what happens. The first card to jump up is get the fuck out of your head. Get in your heart. It misses you. Yes, we somehow were very centered in emotionality and spirituality and our drive, and then something happened and now everything's... I hope that sound made noise. I hope that sound made sense. Your heart misses you. Reconnect with it. You think someone is lying. They are. This is about intuition, which is kind of an Empress thing, but not really. We do have a lot of water energy here with Scorpio and Debauch being present. Well, not a lot, but some. If this person, if this is not you, and it's someone that came to you and fucked up what you had going on, know that they were not a permanent fixture. They broke your heart. Fuck them. Yes, if this is not you, fuck them. Move on. Do what you gotta. What the hell are you waiting for? Get that shit done. If you're waiting for a sign, well, here it fucking is. The cards do not lie. Move the fuck on. Do what you gotta do. Work through those fears. You look like a shit show. You're a hot mess. Fact. Clean yourself up. Yes, all of this, and it's not your fault. You didn't do this. This is a sign. They lied. Fuck them. They did this. But you've been perpetuating it. So pick yourself up and go. Put the fucking phone down. I feel like that's a personal attack. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Yes, I think this is beyond the scope of reaching out to friends and reaching out to other people on Twitter and TikTok and whatever. You need help. And that's okay. That is okay. As long as you enter with the right mindset that you are going to get the help that you need. That's what's important. And I hope all of this resonated. I know this took a really deep turn real quick. But my God, pile 3, you needed this. I feel it. I feel it in my bones. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And I will see you, group 3, in the next reading. Bye. Hi there, pile 4. If you picked the Ritual Abuse Tarot or the Moonstone Rough Crystal, this will be your reading. While I shuffle, I would like to reiterate that this is a general reading, so only take what resonates and leave the rest. Also, this is a timeless reading, or is intended to be a timeless reading, so feel free to come back whenever you feel like it to see if a different message resonates with you or if the same message resonates in a different way. In addition, I would like to clarify a few things. The last reading, group 3, got a little dark, so I was already planning on giving this disclaimer at the beginning of this reading, but now I know I need to. This is one of my darker decks. The imagery is evocative, so if that is something you're not into, I will encourage you to seek advice from a different pile. The last reading got really intense, so I'm hoping this one equally as helpful but less intense. That's what I'm hoping for. But after we pull a few tarot cards, we will look at the oracles I've already pulled for you guys, and then we will close off with some channeled messages using the Rebel deck. Let's go. What does pile 4 need to know right now? What does pile 4 need to know right now, Spirit? What do they need to know right now? What does pile 4 need to know? We have the 8 of Wands in the reverse. What does pile 4 need to know right now, Spirit? What does pile 4 need to know? Nope, didn't want to come. What does pile 4 need to know right now, Spirit? What does pile 4 need to know? Last pile was a lot more talkative. The 2 of Wands in the reverse. Oh, and the 6 of Wands. Lots of fire energy. Lots of fire. What does pile 4 need to know right now, Spirit? Final 2 cards are Strength and the 10 of Wands. All of these are literally fire cards. Behind the 10 of Wands is the Hanged Man. Literally every single one of these cards is fire. The 2 of Wands is Aries energy. The 5 is Leo energy, as is Strength, even though it's in the reverse. And the 8 and 10 are Sagittarius energy. This is a struggle of not the mind, not the heart, but of the spirit. It's... Woo! The 8 speaks of being overpowered. It speaks of... Yeah, overpowering is like the one, like being overpowered, not overpowering. It's in the reverse, overpowering, being overpowered. The 2 of Wands is a plan, but a lack of one. We didn't plan. We didn't think things through before we took the first step. Maybe that's why we're overpowered. The 6 of Wands does speak of recognition. It speaks of victory. It speaks of good things. Maybe we stumbled into something, but that doesn't really give us strength. That's luck. That's not strength. So we have a lack of self-confidence, a lack of strength, leading to this man burning at the stake at the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is all about burdens and saying yes too many times, and we need to learn how to say no. I'm getting a lot of conflicting energies, despite them all being in the same suit. But let's see what we can work with here. I'm actually going to pull a couple of clarifiers. Spirit, can you clarify the 8 of Wands for me, please? Can Can you clarify the Eight of Wands for me, please? We have the Eight of Pentacles, 8 and 8. 8 could be important. Spirit, can you clarify the Two of Wands for me, please? Can you clarify the Two of Wands for me, please? The 10 of Pentacles, another, okay. Can you clarify the Six of Wands for me, please? The Devil reversed. Can you clarify strength for me, please? Can you clarify strength for me, please, Spirit? The Chariot in the reverse and the 10 of Wands. Can you clarify the 10 of Wands for me, please, Spirit? The Empress. Oh, wow, oh, wow, oh, wow. We got a lot of major arcana floating around now. We have lost our fire energy and replaced it with earth energy. So here we go. The Eight of Wands being clarified by the Eight of Pentacles in both in the reverse. That's an overpowering because we rushed into something, because we didn't let things have enough time. Speaking of rushing into things, we didn't plan. So our concern is of the legacy and of of material stability and material wealth and spiritual wealth. We're worried about losing something. But that's why we chose to act so fast. But it led to us being where we are now. The Six of Wands, the recognition, the victory is being represented by the Devil in the reverse, which in this sense I'm taking to mean is a liberation of something. We have moved on from some sort of material binding. This could be addiction. This could be any sort of negative sexual carnal desire. The Strength in reverse being clarified by the Chariot in reverse. That is an interesting combination. The Chariot in the reverse speaks of not moving and not getting stuff done, even though we want to. Strength is a lack of self-confidence and a lack of strength and the lack of willpower. That is why nothing's getting done. And yeah, the Ten of Wands is being clarified by the Empress. Our material chains, I think of the Empress as, if you are a female or identify as a female, this message is specifically for you because it's what I'm getting, but I don't think it necessarily negates anything from the male identifying community. I see this Empress particularly because she's drawn with chains as being held down by the patriarchy. So with a Ten of Wands, a burden, maybe we feel like we are alone in our own fight, which we may or may not be, but the likelihood is that we are not alone in our own fight. We just need to take a step back, regain our composure, our strength, before we go back for more. As far as numbers and signs, we have 8, 2, 6, 8, so that's a big 8, 10, 8, 3 8s, 10, another 10, 15, 7, and 3. I definitely see 10s and 8s as a repeating thing. 888 could be very significant. 1010, maybe that's a good time for you, whatever. Take that as it resonates. But let's look at some oracles now to clarify the situation. We have the Moth, intellectually curious, but very flighty. We also have the Deer, sign of the Mother. With the Empress here, there are two mothers, but I do not feel like this is talking about a literal mother. I think this is about mothering ourselves. It is about making sure we are taken care of before we can take care of anybody else. We have been too spread out, too distracted by other things, and too preoccupied with the end goal to really give ourselves the time needed to dedicate to something. Don't let pride get in your way. That's another Leo card with strength. I didn't go through that, but all the fire I did go through. But 8 and 10 of Pentacles is a Virgo thing. The Devil is pure Capricorn. Chariot is Cancer. And the Empress represents Venus. Strength is Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. Don't be overly concerned about how it looks on you and how it makes you end up. Just plan it out and go for it. And then with Neptune, Neptune is the planet of secrets, of mystery, of also dance for reasons. Neptune being the god of water, he's also linked to a lot of water things. Also, number 21, that could be significant. I thought blackjack. I would not recommend going to the casinos with this spread, though. I do see a lot of self-deception going on here. Neptune is all about deception, especially of the self. And with pride getting in your way, maybe you don't see your faults. So maybe that's why nothing's really getting done, because you haven't really identified what you did wrong. But I'm telling you, you didn't plan and you rushed into it, and now it's all fucked up. And you're worried about what's going to happen in the future. Ooh. See, the last reading was super talkative. If you were drawn to that one as well, that's very interesting, and I would recommend you go check it out. But this is a very quiet reading. I actually had to draw clarifiers, and I didn't have to do that with any other reading today. But yeah, let's get some channeled messages. Let's see, group 4. What messages do we have for group 4, Spirit? What messages do we have for group 4 right now? What messages do we have for group 4 right now, Spirit? What messages do we have for group 4, Spirit? What messages do we have for group 4? Ooh, almost got half the deck there. What messages do we have for group 4 today, Spirit? What messages do we have for group 4 today, Spirit? Ooh, yep, I'll take those. All right. Close this baby out, and I'll share a little quip that I got at the beginning. First one, love. Give some, get some, it will cheer your ass up. Definitely to yourself. Also, the deer is the universal sign of the mother, so maybe taking care of other people, not just yourself, is the key here. Laugh. Where the fuck is your sense of humor? I do see a lot with these earth placements, and a few of the fire cards being reversed. Also with pride getting in your way, there could be an error of taking things too seriously. So learn how to laugh if that resonates. You're giving too many fucks. Give 0. Yeah, I think you're too preoccupied with something. You're not rooted in the moment. Let's keep going. Stop sleeping so damn much. Wake up. You're missing some cool shit. I'm not saying a whole terribly lot about sleeping, but maybe it's not being woke. Something to look into. If that resonates, put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. That card also came out in the last reading, which is another connection if that interests you. But the little quip that I had was I pulled love and then I pulled laugh, and I was like, I swear to God, if I pull live, I'm gonna shit a brick. But yeah, definitely take a step back. Take a step back. Help yourself, help others. Quit being all about your ego, and most of all, quit fucking lying to yourself. Just stop. Be honest with yourself, because if you're not honest with yourself, other people aren't going to be honest with yourself, and you deserve better than that. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest, and group 4, I will see you in the next reading. Bye.